He Oranga Ngākau he Pikinga Waiora, information sheet for young people and whānau participating in the Te Toka Tū Mai Transplant Service evaluation. Kia ora, we're researchers at Hāpai Te Hauora, an organisation that promotes public health across Aotearoa. We've teamed up with Te Toka Tū Mai Auckland to find out what rangatahi living with transplants think can be done better. To help you decide if you'd like to take part, we'll go over why we're doing the study, what your participation will involve, who can take part, who will have access to the info you provide, and what happens after the project ends. Before you decide, you might want to talk about it with other people, such as your whānau, friends, or healthcare providers. Why are we doing the study? It is well known across the world that from late teens to your mid-20s is the riskiest age for people living with organ transplants. We found the same problem in Aotearoa, particularly with our Māori and Pasifika rangatahi. We'd like to learn how we can improve the way your medical care is provided and what extra supports might be helpful, especially for young people. So our study was made to find out what you're experiencing, or have in the past, and what you think could be better. What will my participation involve? If you agree to take part in the study, we'll give you a call and organise a kōrero with you. The kōrero will be about your transplant journey. We're really interested in your experiences in both the paediatric and adult care, and how the move to the adult service was for you, if you've been in both paediatric and adult care. This kōrero might include how living with a transplant impacts you, what has worked well for you, anything that got in the way of you getting the care you need, and what support you'd like to have to help you look after your health and live your best life with an organ transplant. We would also be interested in hearing about any ideas you might have about what the transplant services could do better to make care more meaningful, such as the way they communicate with you, including your whānau and care, or using worldviews and practices that relate to you. The interview can be in person at a location you choose, for example, a local library, cafe, your workplace, or your home, online through Zoom or over the phone. You may want to bring photos or taonga, objects, to help you tell your story. We'll send you the list of questions we plan on asking beforehand, and this consent form, which we'll go over with you. Altogether, the interview will take about 2 hours. You can bring a support person with you if you'd like. We'll also make sure that you have something to sip and snack on during the interview. At the end, we'll give you a $100 Prezi voucher as a thank you. You're free to pause, stop, or leave the interview at any time without giving a reason. You can choose to skip any questions. If you feel upset, uncomfortable, or stressed out at any time during the interview, we'll make sure you have support and connect you to other support services that you might want. If you don't want your interview in English and need a translator or sign language interpreter, let us know. Who can take part? You're eligible to take part if you are Māori or Pasifika, received a solid organ transplant before the age of 24. Solid organ transplants include your kidney, liver, heart, and lung, and are between 18 and 30 years old, living in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Not sure if you meet the criteria? Have a chat with us, and we can help you figure out if the study's right for you. What will happen to my info? We'll audio record the interview, and then develop a transcript from that recording, which will be exactly the same written down word for word. We'll send you this to review, change if you want, and approve before we disseminate it. Disseminating means we look at your interview, as well as other people's, to see if any of the stories describe the same things, and how they were different. You can take back your consent to be in the study at any time before we disseminate your info, and it won't disadvantage you. We take out any identifying information from your transcript and store it separately from your contact details, so it can remain anonymous. We'll store your info on a secure server at Hāpai Te Hauora for up to 10 years, under password protection, before it's deleted. Who will have access to my info? Only our research team will have access to the information you provide. You can find them under the contact details at the end of this information sheet. What happens after the study? After we bring together all the info we've gathered, we'll write up a report of what we were able to figure out. We'll share our report with you in the form of a video so that you can see what you helped us understand. We'll also share our report with Te Toka Tū Mai Auckland so that they can make their services better. There's a possibility that the findings will be shared through academic journals or conferences. This is a service-led research project funded by Te Whatu Ora. If you have any questions, concerns, or complaints about the study, please contact our kaimahi below. To talk to someone not involved with the study, you can contact an independent health and disability advocate on 0800 555 050, email advocacy@advocacy.org.nz, or go to their website at advocacy.org.nz. Kia ora. Welcome to the consent form walkthrough for young people and whānau participating in the Te Toka Tū Mai Transplant Service evaluation, or He Oranga Ngākau he Pikinga Waiora. We're going to be going through every single part of the consent form, so feel free to pause, stop, or rewind or slow down whenever you need to. This video will also have captions, so you can read along as we go through. I recommend that you have your consent form out with you, just so that you can follow along. Please tick to indicate that you consent to the following. I've read, or have had read to me in my first language, and I understand the information sheet. I've been given sufficient time to consider whether to participate in the study. I've had the opportunity to use a legal representative, whānau, or friend to help me ask questions and understand the project. I'm satisfied with the answers that I've been given regarding the project, and I have a copy of this consent form and information sheet. I understand that taking part in this project is voluntary, which means it's completely my choice, and I can withdraw from the project at any time without it affecting my medical care. I understand that my participation in this project is confidential, and that no material which could identify me personally will be used in any of the reports on this project. I know who to contact if I have questions about the project in general. I understand my responsibilities as a participant. At the bottom of the page, you should see a few words and some lines. The words say, "Declaration by a participant. I hereby consent to take part in this study." If you consent and agree to all of the above and have ticked all the boxes, please print your name next to participant's name on the top long line. Below that, put your signature on the left and the current date on the right. Underneath that is the declaration by the researcher. It says, "I have given a verbal explanation of the project to the participant and have answered the participant's questions about it. I believe that the participant understands the project and has given informed consent to participate." If we've done all of the above and have walked this through with you, we'll sign our name in print and then beneath our signature and the date that we're signing it. And that's it. Thanks for following along with the consent sheet, and if you have any questions or you want to go over the participant information again, we have a link in our YouTube and you can read the participant information sheet again. If you have any questions, please contact our kaimahi.